Welcome to the electrodes demo. This is the insert stack of ABDEC, a part from the car industry. We have split this part using SplitWorks. ElectrodeWorks runs in assembly mode and has its own feature manager tree from which all ElectrodeWorks menus can be activated, as well as from the traditional menu and icon system. The first step when adding an electrode is to retrieve a holder from the standard or user-created library. Next, we identify the part and the electrode direction. Now we select the burn faces and automatically calculate the electrode according to the bounding box around the faces. Under the settings menu, we can see the modifiable parameters of the bounding box. And an option to add fillets or chamfers to the electrode itself. After validation, the electrode is created and appears in the ElectrodeWorks feature manager tree. Isolate, copied from standard SolidWorks, is a useful tool in this context. Now we are going to add clearances to the electrode. We choose a direction and the faces to clear. In this case, we select the through option to delete all these faces. Next, we delete the faces on the opposite side. And finally, we make a clearance for the non-burn faces of the core. This clearance is created 5 millimeters distance. Exiting the isolate, we see the result, including the clearances. Next, we create an electrode for 2 ribs together in the same manner. Again, we select an electrode holder. This time, we box select the faces that we are interested in burning. And deselect the face we don't need. Again, we clear the faces on both sides of the electrode. Oh, there's a problem. We want to clear the bottom faces separately, but we have created the electrode a little bit too big. So let's edit it. Here we change the parameters of the electrode. And ElectrodeWorks dynamically updates the preview Well, that's not what we want. We want to clear the ridge. So we'll change the other B2 or B1 parameter. Okay, that looks right. On validating, the electrode is modified, including the already created clearances. Now we can clear the bottom faces separately. Here we use the blind option for the middle face, 2 millimeters, and the side face of 5. Let's create one more electrode. This time from the Eroa library. Again, we box select the faces and click on the Create Electrode. And the electrode appears in the ElectrodeWorks Manager. Again, we isolate and request to make clearances. The clearances can be made either in a direct, which means normal to the face, or draft with an angle, as well as tangent directions, which is the default. Oh, ElectrodeWorks displays a message showing a problem with the clearance. We can either edit the clearance or just clear the problematic faces by adding another clearance. This time, instead of a blind clearance, we'll clear until a vertex. Next, we define project settings. Actually, this is usually done at the beginning of the project. Notice that the date, today's date, is automatically entered into the date box. Now let's look at the project options, which define the default values for the ElectrodeWorks dialogues. Next, we add technology to the electrodes. In this case, we choose to add the technology just to one of them. The technology data is added to the SolidWorks custom property of the part. Next, we create a project report of all the electrodes. This is an Excel file with a worksheet for each electrode. Here we can see the information generated by the project report. Finally, we create some drawings. We can create EDM and manufacturing drawings per electrode or any group automatically. The EDM drawings can be separate or one drawing for all electrodes on a specific part. You can see the positioning dimensions and table on the EDM drawing. And here is the manufacturing drawing with the manufacturing dimensions. You can actually create all these drawings on all electrodes for a specific part with just one click of the button. Here we create a single EDM drawing for positioning of all electrodes . Each one with its own color. This concludes our demo of ElectrodeWorks. Thank you for your attention.